You now have the ability to grade with a rubric in Google Classroom. To add a rubric to an assignment, let's go ahead and create a new assignment. We'll give our assignment a title, and off to the right, you'll see the option to add a rubric. When I click on Rubric, I can create a new one, I can reuse a rubric from another class, or I can import one from Sheets. Let's first take a look at creating a rubric. When I click Create Rubric, it opens up a new window. I start by giving my first criterion title. Let's do Point of View. I can then provide a description if I would like to. Then I build out the levels of my rubric. I'll start with the point value. So for this one, we'll say that this level is worth 4 points. The level title is going to be Excellent, and then I can write my description. I can then create my next level by clicking the plus sign. Again, I give the point value, I give the level title, and then I give the description. And I continue on to build out the rubric. When I'm finished with this criterion, at the bottom I can click Add a Criterion. And here I can repeat the process until I'm ready. I can delete any criterion by clicking the 3 dots in the upper right corner of any criterion box. Let's go ahead and delete this criterion. I can also duplicate any of the criterion that I've created by using the same 3 dots and choosing Duplicate Criterion. I can then easily edit my duplicate response. Notice that it's adding together the point value at the top. Criterion 1 was worth 4 points total, and Criterion 2 was worth 4 points total, and so I have 8 at the top. If I duplicate this criterion, and I remove one of the options, and change the point values, notice that it is changing that total. I can choose to sort by the order of points by descending or ascending, and I also have the option to move the criterion around by clicking those 3 dots and choosing to move up or move down. When you're happy with your rubric, you can go ahead and click Save. Once your rubric is created, if you want to delete it, you can click the X next to it. It'll ask if you're sure, and you go ahead and click Delete. The second option was to reuse a rubric. If I click Reuse Rubric, I can choose a rubric from any of my other classes. So let's choose a different class, and it'll show me all assignments that contain rubrics. I can choose the one I want and then click Select. That rubric is now attached to this assignment. Your final option is to import from a spreadsheet. So if I choose Import from Sheets, I can choose my spreadsheet that has my rubric ready. I select it and click Add, and it will pull up the rubric editor. Notice that it put in my criterion title, my point values, and all of my levels and descriptions for me. If everything looks good, I can go ahead and save this rubric to use it. You do need to follow a template for your rubric. I have linked a template to this video that you can use if you want to use the Import from Spreadsheet option. In this spreadsheet, you must follow this format and make sure that you don't do any fancy formatting to it when you upload. You see there's a section for each different criterion, the title, description, the point value is required and must be a number, the level title, and then the description. If you want to add any additional criterion to the spreadsheet, simply copy and paste additional rows. You can do the same if you have more levels by copying and pasting to have more levels. You also have the option to delete out any levels that you don't want for a specific criterion. Let's go ahead and click Assign and see what this looks like from the student's view. I can click on the digital storytelling assignment and click View Assignment. Here I see my rubric right away. I can click the drop-down arrow to expand the criterion, or I can click the drop-down arrows at the top to expand the criterion for all of the different levels. As a student, I can't do anything other than view the rubric. Let's go ahead and turn in some work so that we can grade this as a teacher. Let's flip back to the teacher. As a teacher, I'll open up the assignment just like I do with any other. Notice now that there's a rubric attached to the assignment. As I'm looking through the student's work, I can very easily select the point value for each of the different criterion. Once I've done so, and I've graded every criterion, notice that it'll give you the point value at the top. For this assignment, I had the assignment set at 100 points, but my rubric only shows 20 points. The conversion is automatically done from the rubric to the points possible for the assignment. If they're the same, you'll see the same value. When I'm ready, I can return this to the student. Now as a student, when I open up that assignment, I'll be able to view the rubric and see where I scored for each criterion.